He's coming back.
Oh, here he comes. Okay. Ms. Evans, are there individuals who wish to address the board during today's meeting?
Yes, there are people who have registered to provide public comment today, and I will review the rules. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes to address the board, and I will keep track of time. We will be strictly following the time limit so that everyone has an opportunity to speak. Please finish your sentence and end your comment when the timer goes off. Thank you for your cooperation. Excuse me. Is the practice of the board not to respond to comments during the public participation portion of the meeting. We will maintain an atmosphere of respect for all people. Any person disrespecting anyone by name or otherwise will be asked to cease. Public participation will occur in person and virtually. We will begin with those persons that are physically in the room with us today and then move to the queue online. First person today is Abby Cipher. If you'd come to the table and you can have a seat at the end, and whenever you're comfortable and ready, you may begin your 3 minutes.
Thank you. I plan to read my notes so I stay on time.
Aye.
Good afternoon, members of the board. My name's Abby Cipher, and I'm the Executive Director of the Michigan Association of Administrators of Special Education. I'm here representing our Board of Directors and our membership of over 1,000 special education leaders. We had the opportunity to review the MDE leadership profile, and although we were not formally involved as a stakeholder in that process, we did see special education as one of your top priorities. We couldn't agree more, which is why we are taking this opportunity to provide input today. As you consider candidates for the next state superintendent, we want to highlight how MACE's core beliefs, mission, vision, and work align with what you're seeking in your next leader. At MACE, we believe all students are general education students and that students with disabilities deserve high-quality instruction and equitable access to the opportunities Michigan's educational system provides. This deeply aligns with a superintendent who champions inclusive excellence and systemic equity for every learner. Our mission is centered on leadership development, collaboration, and advocacy to shape the policies and practices to improve outcomes for students with disabilities. We see the state superintendent and this board as vital partners in that mission. We envision an educational system that meets the needs of all students and assures that they meet their full potential. We're encouraged to see the same vision echoed in your priorities for this role. As we reflect on our theme for this year, which is United Today, Stronger Tomorrow, we're focused on two things. One is building authentic partnerships across education, family, and agency systems to co-design services and solutions. We want to continue to strengthen MACE's partnership with MDE and the Office of Special Education and hope that's a priority for this board as well. Second, we have a focus on engaging students and families, especially those with disabilities, not just as recipients of services, but as co-creators of their educational journeys, echoing the powerful belief, nothing about us without us. We appreciate the questions you have asked thus far around the protections of IDEA and a focus on the need for MARS rule revision. As the state board continues your superintendent search, we urge you to continue to consider how will this leader elevate the voices and needs of students with disabilities in every policy and practice that shapes Michigan's future. As you consider what we see as our collective shared priorities, we offer the board the following candidate questions for second round interviews should you wish to consider them. One, how will you move Michigan's accountability system beyond compliance to ensure they meaningfully capture and reflect both the progress and the needs of students with disabilities while driving improved outcomes and equitable opportunities statewide? And what strategies will you use to ensure that Michigan's educational systems provide equitable access and outcomes for students with disabilities across districts, especially those in under-resourced communities, while upholding the IDEA entitlement to least restrictive environment to
Thank you
ensure
so
that
much for your
students-
public comment today.
Thank you for your time and the opportunity.
Thank you. We will now move to those in the queue online. Mike, are there any callers who have pre-registered for public comment today?
There is nobody in the lobby.
Thank you very much. This concludes public participation.
Next on the agenda is a break, but since Mitch wants to go to 12 a.m. in the morning, we'll just keep plowing through. And we will ask Dr. McGee from HYA to come back.
Right. Can we put up that?
Yep.
Thank you. all yours. Well, a special thanks for your engagement and attention to the candidate interviews and for your thorough review of their application materials. And now comes the really hard work, and that's identifying 2, 3, or maybe even 4 finalists who you would like to bring back for the second round, ideally final round next week. So to begin this process in a fully transparent manner, we have included a sheet in your binder. And Liz, do people have that, or should I pass it out? What's the best way?
Nope, everybody in the back of your binder at lunchtime, I slipped it into the cover of the jacket back there so that you have all of it. Yep.
So while you're doing that, this is the process that we use for a couple reasons. One, because it is fully transparent, and we can see how each other feels about the top 3 or more or less. We can see how the public sees how each of you feel individually and collectively. We also think that it helps in the discussion to perhaps narrow the field, whether there is one outstanding candidate that we will just, hey, we're going to bring this person back regardless. It looks like everybody had whatever, a top ranking. Or on the other hand, maybe there's a candidate or 2 that really don't merit much discussion. So we'll focus on a smaller group. So what we're asking then, there's different options, but we're asking you to really choose your top 3. Now, if you don't have a top 3, you can take a top 2 or even a top 1. But we're asking for the top 3 with a goal of ideally bringing 2 or 3 back. HYI recommend bringing 3 back in most cases because sometimes, whether it's cold feet or somebody gets offered a better contract in their home district, we have seen that happen, someone will drop out at the end. And we find it's better to be left with 2 choices than just 1. So here are the different options. You can rank order your top 3 if you have a rank order. Here's my first choice, my second choice, and third choice. And so if you rank order, the first choice gets a 5, and this actually works real time. The second 3 points, the third 1 point. Or perhaps you really can't distinguish, hey, I just want to see these 3. Then each gets 3 points. You can say, well, I really like these top 2, and I may or may not have a third. If you have just 2, each will get 4.5 points. If you have the top 2 and then a third, and I'd kind of like to see this person again, they would get 1 point. And then maybe you just have one top candidate. Hey, this is the only person I'm really interested in. That's a 5 point. So after we go through and get these numbers, then we open this up for discussion. And we want to say that if you rank anyone a 5, no matter if that's the only person with 5 points, we still want to hear from you why that person got 5 points. So this does not automatically drop anybody out. It does not automatically put anybody in. We just find it's a good way to initiate the discussion. So if you want to take a few moments, or if someone's ready, we can just put this in. It'll probably take me a moment or 2 just to get used to working with something that's not an apple.
If you want me to, I can come down and enter as well if you'd like.
I'll try my best, Liz.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very
Go
good.
ahead, Mitchell.
Clarifying question.
Yes, sir.
Are we all to choose A, B, C, or D, or each person can choose their own option?
Each person can choose their own. Yeah, each, it's up to you. We're just asking that you choose 1, 2, or 3 who you'd like to bring back. If you'd like to rank order them, great. If you don't, we have the point system for that. Mr. Bullock?
I'll go.
Thank you.
I'm not ranking them.
Okay.
I just
See these 3.
kind of like Ms. Coons that just left.
Okay.
I liked Mr. Maleko.
Is there a third?
Well, I got 3 in my head, but 2 are.
Those are your top 2?
Well,
Okay.
a third. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I had some folks I like. I like their passion and things like that. But I'm not saying their names. I'm gonna ride with Severson.
Who?
Severson?
Okay. So you have kind of a tie for the top two and then
It's
see.
3-3-3 across the board. I don't
Oh,
have
3-3-3 across
I
the
wanna see
board.
them come back,
Okay,
and then we can ask in-depth questions in this next round, right? So that we can.
yeah. Yeah, the second round will be not nearly as scripted.
Yeah.
So it will be ask your own questions. I think at some point we'll need to think about a presentation topic or something for them to introduce themselves, but that's a conversation for maybe a little bit later. Yes, go ahead, Ms. Lipton.
So I'm elected selection process B,
Okay,
and the three that I would select to bring back in no particular order, and I'm just listing them in alphabetical order,
that's fine.
is Lisa
Oh, thank you.
Coons, Glenn Maleko, and Judy Walton.
And who was the last one? Judy Walton?
Walton, yes.
Okay, thank you. So those three today. Okay. Yes, Mitchell.
I'm the same option, B.
Okay.
Walton. Ahart. Coons.
Ahart, and who's the third?
Coons.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I'm going to choose option A.
Okay.
First would be Maleko, Coons, and Walton.
5-3-1.
Yes.
Ooh, 31 for Coons.
Yeah, that's pretty significant.
Puts her
There
at
we
the
go.
Okay, I'll go with option number eight,
Judy. Judy. Turn the mic on.
Turn on your mic.
Oh, okay,
Thank you.
all right. First, Lisa Coons. Second, Ahart. And third, Maleko.
Ms. Tilley, Ms. Snyder, Ms. McMillan?
Oh, no particular order. I'll do 3, 3, and 3
Okay.
for Lisa Coons, Paul Salah, and Chris Timmons.
Very wrong one. I'm sorry, Ms. I got Lisa Coons, I missed the other two.
Paul Salah and Chris Timmons.
And who was the third?
Chris Timmons.
Thank you. Ms. Tilley, Mr. McMillan, Ms. Tilley? Either one?
Yeah, I would just do 2. Not that I'm happy about the whole group, but I would go with Salah and Timmis.
Okay. Oh, why isn't this adding in?
I don't think the cells moved.
It ends in H, it should end in I. I can help you with that.
I can do that. Sorry.
Or you could just add it in your head, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it needs to be for Kristen.
There's low tech and there's no tech.
And Ms. Tilley?
B,
8, 9, 10.
And which three?
8, 9, and 10.
What does that mean?
Glenn Maleko, Judy Walton, and Lisa Coons.
Three. Three. And three. Okay. All right, so these are initials. We had, as you can see, that looks like there's Ms. Coons has the highest score, and Mr. Severson the lowest. However, Senator Bullock, you did have Mr. Severson is one of your preferred three. So I don't know if you want to make a case for including him as one of the final three, or.
No, I'll just let my three ride.
Okay. All right. And then Mr. Ahart, Dr. Pritchett, and Dr. Robinson, did you want to make a case to bring them back? I know Dr. Pritchett, you had him second, and Dr. Robinson, you had him one of your top three.
I know he did not have an opportunity because we ran out of time. To finish the interview, I felt as though his answers certainly reflected an understanding, though he's from Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe not as in-depth understanding of Michigan, but certainly understood the role of the superintendent. So that's why I felt as though, I guess I'd like to talk to him more, hear more from him. Just a point of clarification, if for some reason, I'll use him as the example, I decided that I no longer was going to leave Ahart there and shift my
Sure.
vote to somebody else? Or add to, for example, Lisa Coons?
You would have to take Mr. Ahart's vote away. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
that's fine.
But I could take that three, okay, all right. I'm going to cogitate on that for a couple minutes.
Ms. McMillan, Ms. Snyder, you made the case for Dr. Salah and Dr. Timmis. Tom, you had Ms. McMillan, you had them both as a first place, so why don't you make the case for them initially? Maybe?
Me making the case probably doesn't help their cause very much, but, I think Mr. Timmis is a change agent, and I think I really liked him talking about, not focusing on seat time, but on enthusiasm, on engagement time.
Right.
And enthusiasm, and I think if we don't get him, he's gonna go somewhere else. Some other state's gonna grab him, but I think he's the kind of person that we need here.
What's the highest number that Tom could place?
Just 5, so, yeah.
What if we coupled our votes together?
Like, what are you thinking?
Could we do that? So
Sure.
we could tie with Judy Walton here? Because we're trying to bring 3, and then we can discuss, those 2 candidates. Or at least consider bringing 4 of them back.
Right. It's up to the board. 4 back, there's 2 days, it's probably 2 days of interviews anyway, whether it's 3 or 4, so. And we do have boards bring 4 back.
I think it would be good just to give the opportunity of understanding ourselves in terms of who we would be choosing and the why behind it.
Sure.
Would you like to do that, Tom? Like couple our points together? If I only use 5 and you use 5, then our 5 and 5 turn into 10.
Just decide among, either
For Timmis?
Dr. Salah or or Dr. Timmis.
I'm fine with so that would be, we would go to,
The 5-3-1 system.
yeah, or just the 5, just D.
Give Dr. Timmis a 5 each,
Yeah.
and just do 1 is fine.
Yeah, I would do that with Timmis, sure.
Okay, So Timmons has 5 or 10.
For both?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll take this one off.
Can I ask another
Yes, sir.
clarifying? I thought at the beginning you said this was just a way to start a discussion.
It is a way to start.
Not to be a numerical,
Right.
whether people are in or out.
Yeah.
This sounds like a numerical in or out.
Well, there was also the second part of it, which was, do you guys even care? Would you be willing to bring him back so that we can understand ourselves better as board members and the why behind who we would be choosing? At least give candidates the opportunity that we all want to consider bringing back, the ability to answer whatever questions we might have for them in the second round.
My response would be, I don't need to bring someone back to understand who we are, or who I am.
I don't.
So.
Dr. McGee, if you could explain the next step. So we're having this
having
conversation.
discussion.
This exercise allows us to deliberate, and
Yes.
then there's a vote.
There is a vote, and there will be a vote on who you choose to bring back. And I'm trying to remember, I don't have the script in front of me, if it's a group vote or if it's one by one.
It'll be the same as we did for the first round as to how we can choose. We can do it one by one, or we can do a slate.
But we're here to hear from everybody. We haven't heard from Senator Bullock and Ms.
Bullock.
Tilly.
You have to take the 3 away from Ms. Coombs and then Ms. Snyder because they gave the full 5 program to Mr. Timmis.
So this is yours, Mr.
not me.
Oh,
Under Snyder,
yeah.
you have to remove the 3 under Coombs.
Yes, we do. Yes, sir. Thank you.
And then if it's not calculated yet.
That's 20.
Coming up. There it is.
Okay.
Sorry, I am incompetent at using anything that's not an Apple computer, so this takes me a long time.
Question for you, Senator Bullock. Were you walking away from Joe Severson? Are you putting that? Are you
I'm
putting your
holding
vote?
true to
Oh,
my
you
3.
just, okay, got you.
just
Okay, I didn't know if
holding
you, when you said you
Still
were
there.
just, okay, got it. Giving a rationale or advocacy voice. Okay, I got it.
I stand on that 3.
Okay.
That's why I open with 333.
Yeah. So this is, we haven't heard, I don't know if we've heard from everyone. I know Dr. Pritchett wanted to cogitate, you said, I think, was the exact term for a little bit. Or we can just leave it like this and, yeah.
So,
Yes, Senator.
So, as we discussed, so I mean, I like my first 2,
Sure.
and then Ms. Walton was one of the ones who I was saying I liked, but
Yeah.
I didn't, had great passion. So
Yes, you did.
I'm comfortable with that. Like, now, Mr. Timmis he was strong. I just don't know if I would move him into the 3, to bring back.
Yeah.
So, but I guess that would be for other folks to verbalize because I probably.
You can bring back 4. I mean, that,
I'm okay if
yeah.
that's what the group decides.
Yeah, if the group decides that, that's, yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Timmis was on the outskirts of he's passionate, he had
Right.
the zeal and,
Mm-hmm.
he was matter of fact, he understood a lot of things, and like Tom said, about engagement and.
Yeah.
I was listening.
Good. Yes, you were. I had no doubt. Yeah. And that reflected his interview. I interviewed him. He was my first interview, what he shared when I interviewed him as well. So,
He
yeah.
understood the strategic plan and,
Mm-hmm.
he was
Well
bold
prepared.
in his.
Yeah.
So we don't know until we dive into
You're right. And again, the second round.
specifics to how they would approach.
Exactly.
the
So,
job.
so the second round, the way we like to structure it is to give the candidate one or ideally one question in advance and ask them to prepare. Somebody would take like a presentation and, here's just some examples I jotted down. outline a process you would use to help us review and perhaps revise our current strategic plan. This is what they used in Massachusetts for the state superintendent search. It's a paraphrase, but similar. Given the current educational and political context in Michigan, how do you plan to enter the state superintendent role? Present to us about how you would get up to speed and address the current moment. Or you can provide, oftentimes local districts will do this, provide candidates with a data set and ask them to make a compelling case for action from that data set. So we start with a 10-minute presentation, and then really the questions are open. I mean, the second round is for you to ask what's on your mind, what you need to hear in order to select somebody for the next state superintendent. And again, I did some research. I have a copy of the Massachusetts had 12 questioners. And then I have a copy of those I can share with people as well. So to maybe plant a seed. But again, this is your search.
I think that, can I expand on this? And that's, I guess, my thought process in encouraging somebody to come back and be able to explain exactly what change they're hoping to see beyond the first interview.
Yeah.
To be open and transparent, I have disagreed a number of times in a number of ways. He is my local superintendent, and there are a number of people I know that have disagreed with him on certain areas that you guys would agree with him. But there were really only 2 candidates that showed up here I would say 3 in the last 2 days, that were clear and concise and being willing to say that Michigan needs change. I want to ask more about what change do you think Michigan needs, instead of just bring candidates back that are smiling and happy about how everything is going, and here's how we're going to keep smiling and keep doing the same thing. So even, I think embracing the ideas that these candidates have that are willing to say, hey, Michigan needs to change and here's how I think they need to change is significant. Otherwise, what are we doing here?
The candidates that I chose are candidates who, after hearing from them and listening to them, that I was able to jot down questions that I would want to just really home in on and ask additional questions. I guess I have a question for process. Max, there are 2 candidates there that are falling with a 3 and a 6. And we've entertained the thought of doing 2 to 4, 2 to 3 candidates. I guess my question is the ones that have 3 to 6 that don't look like they're going to make it to a second interview. I would ask board members if they're willing to reconsider those votes before we go to
Sure.
A vote and decide.
Well, you asked me already. I'm holding.
I did. Okay, you did. Yes,
You're
you
sticking
did.
with it.
Answer. Okay.
I understand the question, so the 3 points there, under my vote for Thomas Ahart, I would either move that to Glenn or to move it to Lisa.
Do you want to make first you want to make a compelling case, either you or Dr. Robinson, Dr. Pritchett, for why your colleagues should consider bringing Dr. Ahart back?
Well, as I've already indicated, as he went through and answered the questions yesterday, I thought they were extremely thoughtful as far as understanding what the role is. And while he's not from Michigan, I think he, in the whole scheme of things, understands what it would be like to deal with an organization this large. Granted, he was a local superintendent, not a state superintendent, but a fairly large district. Des Moines was about, 28,000 kids,
Right.
I think, somewhere in that area.
30,810.
And I felt as though he was right on with most of his responses, at least from the notes that I was taking, more so than Dr. Salah, Dr. Severson, or Dr. Timmis. I just felt as though that there was more thorough thought, and he understood the role as far as being ready to move forward. So I don't know whether that helps or doesn't help, but that's my compelling argument. Mitch?
Yeah, I would agree with Dr. Pritchett. I think the uncomfortable part of this process is that anything positive that you say about a candidate becomes construed or misconstrued as negatives about others. And I don't mean it that way at
Right.
all. I have a lot of respect for anybody who took the time to come and interview or to just apply. I don't have anything bad to say about any of these people for that part of the process. Like Dr. Pritchett, I thought that Dr. Ahart showed a real understanding of the job at hand. And I was pretty impressed with that coming from out of state. I think, this is, as one of our, I think it was Nikki's question, it's a complex political landscape in Michigan. And I thought he did a good job understanding that. One of my other questions about this is when I deal with assessment issues, right?
Yes, sir.
There are qualitative and quantitative kinds of assessment. And even here with the numbers, like there's a difference between how many points someone gets across and then how many people voted for them, right? So you've got Coons with 6 people voting. So that's kind of a wide measure. And Maleko with 5 and Walton with 4. And then there's a gap of the width part. So I see a pretty clear delineation between the 8, 9, and 10. I think that's what Tiffany called them, 8, 9, and 10. Right? Took me about 8 minutes to figure out what you're talking about.
I was trying to figure that out.
I think to me that the breadth of this shows a pretty clear line of demarcation between 8, 9, and 10 and the rest of the candidates.
Yeah, that's a point as we look at it in total.
And I liked all the candidates. Like I was telling Mitch earlier, I wish I could have been, we could have Steve Austin them, put them all together, made the $6 million superintendent.
Those were the days.
Faster, stronger.
That's a reference. I love it.
I was gonna say, like Bullock, I'm staying true to my 8, 9, and 10. But I would not, if we do a 4th person, I would not mind bringing back Ahart.
This seems to be where the discussion then, do we bring a 4th person back and who is it?
I'm good on 3.
I as well.
I can go with 3.
There comes a time when you do have to make a decision and,
Because we don't want to bring anybody back just to be bringing them back.
No.
Right. Right. Best practice is, as you suggested, 3. And I think.
Again, this is the board's decision, so
course,
it's not my
of course.
decision.
Yep. But in candidate interviews, when you actually narrow down, there is a logic to going from, let's say, 30 to 35 to like 7-ish, and then down to like 3. I mean, there.
2, 3, or 4. I think that's what I said at the outset. 2, 3. We don't like 2. Just we actually had somebody come back who would have been a finalist, and this board offered him an enormous compensation increase to stay, and that put the other board and we've had candidates have walked away from contract negotiations for various reasons. With salary, we've had families that won't move. We've had different things. So we like 3 at a minimum.
And we had that happen last time we did a state superintendent search. We had one of the candidates that we were interviewing and had welcome back accept an offer in another state. So.
Wow. Yeah. So we say 3 at a minimum, and sometimes with local boards they can do 3 in a day often and then deliberate. But we haven't talked yet if we're going to do it all in one day or 2 days. But it's, again, this is up to you, three or, I don't want to box anyone or at all.
One day is fine for me. We can stay to midnight, like Mitch said.
Mitch may only have one day.
Oh, that's true too.
I'm looking at
What if I don't want people to hear what I have
fines
to say?
and seeing if we're ready to move to vote. And if we want
Do you have a
to,
motion?
yes, and now my question is going to be if we want to put, I think I heard someone say slate. So we can put forward a slate. Okay,
Can I make a motion?
you can make a motion, please.
I would move that we put forward a slate of Maleko, Walton, and Coons.
Support.
Second.
It's been moved and it's been supported. Liz, you have that down? And we can continue, any more discussion, we can continue the discussion.
Well, I mean, I'm just obviously disappointed. I mean, I'm not happy with really any of the whole group of them, but I do think, we had somebody who has turned around districts and, yeah, I think Chris was the change agent that we need, but, and I'd be shocked if some other state doesn't pick him up. So.
I'll just say, I mean, I think this, I'm not gonna ever again miss an opportunity to just keep repeating what I've said about, representation on the board. Tom and I are suggesting one candidate come back for a second round of interviews, and we can't even get that. So when we think about all voices at the table, when we think about all students in the state of Michigan having representation, and we can't even get that, it's not reasonable, but it really hasn't been ever reasonable. So that's going to be my pass, and we'll keep moving forward with whatever it is that we're welcome to be here and utilize our voices for.
Any more discussion? Any more discussion? Okay, I think we're ready for the vote.
Bullock?
Yes.
Lipton? Yes.
Millen?
No.
Pritchett?
Yes.
Pugh?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Snyder?
Passed.
Also no in this or no?
You're welcome to put it as a no.
And Tilly?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, and this is the time that we come to any board comments. Before we get there, let me again thank all of the candidates who came before us. We've heard from an incredible group of educators who are doing amazing work across the state and beyond. And also want to congratulate and thank the finalists. I know that Dr. McGee and HYA will be reaching out to those persons who will be moving on and hopefully thanking those who will not. I do thank the board members for the way that we've been able to move forward. No, we don't always agree, and no, things don't always turn out the way that we want them to. But I do appreciate the fact that we are moving forward. We're able to work together regardless of our differences and really showing that we're able to center children. So I thank you for exemplifying that, each of you. And so with that, I will also say that we will determine two things that we need to put forward. The actual times. I know we have some holes on our calendar, so we'll put forward the actual times. I'll make sure that I get with HYA to do that. And then we will think about what are the presentation topics that we want to see, and have instructions as to how we move forward. Again, moving forward, we will be more liberal with questions. So, Nikki, did you have a question?
No.
Oh, okay. So,
Other board comments?
yeah. And before we do that, I just want to make sure that Dr. McGee doesn't have any other questions, and then we'll move on to board comments.
No, I think that setting on that topic will be important in the questions. Well, the candidates want to know how to allocate their time, if it be 90 minutes or 2 hours. So we will need to, that's another thing we'll need to figure out as well, how much time to allocate for the interviews. But all are express their, again, their appreciation, and they are eager to return. And, those that didn't make it are certainly highly qualified, and HYA has other openings, so, not other states, but other openings, so who knows? Maybe they will go where they are, maybe they'll come to, may decide on pursuing another opening, but I too was impressed with the candidates, but I was especially impressed with the board and your attentiveness and the questions and the thought that you put into this and time engagement. It's a privilege to work with you all.
Okay, and then we'll determine if we will be meeting next week for 1 or 2 days. I'm sorry, Judy.
No, that's fine. You just said what I was going to say, that we'll get information as to whether we need to hold 1 or 2 days.
Yes.
Next Monday.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, now we are at board comments, and I just want to start by saying that we had MACE that came, and they were getting ready to roll off some thoughts and questions. If someone can reach out to them, I think I maybe saw an email.
I have their questions.
Okay, thank you. Okay. And of course, we take those comments via email from members of the public. Yep. Okay, I'm sorry. Yep.
I was looking through emails. We got an email that concerned me about vaccine exemptions. And I just hope that, I know that, I guess we are a local control state, but I hope that locals are abiding by the laws that allow us, and especially with the new HHS Secretary Kennedy, RFK Jr. is showing. I mean, there are some significant concerns, and there are vaccine injuries, and a parent has the right to utilize the law for exemptions if they think is best for their kids, and if they're not being allowed to come into school because the district is not following the law. I hope that something, that there could be some intervention in that. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Anyone else? Any other board comments?
There's no reason we can't take these, right? I mean, we wrote notes and stuff.
If I can keep the binder here, that's why, before you leave, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Okay, that is all that I believe that I have. Liz, am I missing anything? Let me make sure. Okay, so we are at 3:59 p.m. and we are adjourned. Thank you, board.